Yoga problems! Yeah, I got them. Oh, I got them. Today, wow, what a day! Oh, I've met my match, finally. I've always felt like no matter what the pose is, even if I can't do it, I could envision the potential to do it. That it's within my grasp at some point. Not today. And I've heard this before. I've heard of this particular pose before, so it's not super new to me, but I just don't think it really didn't hit home today until it just, Do you have a pose that you just can't do? It will never, you have a sense that I cannot, even if I just dedicate my entire life to this discipline, I will never achieve this pose. I think for me, I didn't discover it today. I was reminded. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since they tried to throw me into this pose. It's called, what's it called? It's called the Grasshopper. The Grasshopper. You know, grasshopper as an insect isn't that intimidating. It's not that strong. I guess it has strong legs. It jumps around. Crickets. Why not a cricket versus a grasshopper? What's the difference? Crickets are smaller, I think. They're about the same. They're like a different breed or whatever. Kind of like black bears, polar bears, grizzly bears, grasshoppers, crickets. They're the same family. Kingdom, phylum, genus, class. Hang on a second. King Philip cried out for good soup. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. I don't know which one that those categories that they're in that they share it. Crickets and grasshoppers. Come on, dude. Don't you see that relationship? The point is, in yoga, it's called the grasshopper. Oh, I can't do grasshoppers, man. Who can do a grasshopper? Have you even thought about what you're asking someone to do in this position? You have to spend the whole class warming up your twisty muscles. So you're doing all sorts of twists the entire class with the understanding. It's like, we're going to go into some crazy pose and we got to loosen up and you got to get prepared for what's in store. So you spend the whole class doing twists. By the way, I think that could be the thing. I need work on my twists. I'm not a good twister. When I'm in like what's that called? I'm dead, man. I'm half awake. I'm twisted up like a pretzel over here, but I'm not loosened up. I'm just twisted up. And the peak pose is the grasshopper. And it was beyond my capability. And I just thought to myself, this doesn't happen ever before. I can never do the grasshopper. I can never do it. Or does this give me a purpose in life now? I'm going to focus. Yes, grasshopper. Yes, grasshopper. Yeah, oh, is that what it is? It's like Confucius sort of, I feel like this is a thing. Yes, grasshopper. Grasshopper's like a young buck. It's like a young kid with potential. Yes, grasshopper. Oh, grasshopper. Isn't that like a thing in kung fu movies? Grasshopper's the trainee. I don't know, man. Grasshopper pose in yoga is insane, and it's like it should not exist. I want to know who came up with that. Can't you just stop doing it? Is there ever a point where you max out and you go, I've achieved peak yoga, I am the yogi master, I don't have to practice anymore, I've got it all down, in my control. I think what they would say is, no, Rob, that's the whole point. You never attain nirvana. You always pursue it. It's never achievable. So the grasshopper pose is kind of like a lesson in life. But yet, isn't there something about the philosophy of yoga that relates to release and not wanting and not seeking possessions or things? It has the opposite effect on me. If I can't do a pose, I want to do it. Like, man, I want to do that pose. I want to seize that and make it my own. That's the wrong mindset. I need to relax, dude. Oh, golly. What a day. What a day. It's a beautiful morning. It's crisp. There's a crispness to the air that is indicative of the fall. September has arrived. And this is by far, and it's not even close, the greatest season of them all. Do we agree? How could you disagree with that statement? What am I doing? Oh, it's the fall. It's a beautiful time. We're on the precipice of the greatest season. The greatest month is only a month away. October is coming up. Oh my gosh, I should be very excited. But how can I prepare for that grasshopper? How can I? Well, I think I have to lose weight. That's number one thing that's holding me back. I've concluded, and this has been like for years. I have decent flexibility, ish. I'm not great. I'm overweight, so it's time to attack the fat that's in my belly that's preventing me from doing all the twists that I need to do. So, what's this mean? I'm starting to diet. I'm going to talk more about this on Raff's Brain regular show, but this is hot yoga problems. Grasshopper is the problem, but it's really a symptom of an underlying sickness and illness and disease of fat belly boy. That's what they should call me, fat belly boy. Now, if I can get that down, if I can drop about 15, 20, 30 pounds would be ridiculous. Holy moly. If I can get sub 200, maybe that would unlock my potential as a yogi master. Maybe I could do a grasshopper if I wasn't such a fat pig. It's okay. You know what? It's okay. I do have to tell you, I'm getting older. I'm gonna turn 49 in October. It gets harder and harder, and if you don't take care of your body, it's gonna wear you down. So I gotta get on a mission, man. I'm gonna get on the mission. Maybe the grasshopper is the motive. Today is the day that the grasshopper failure. It was an epic fail. It was a disaster of immeasurable proportions. I just turned my watch off. That was a mistake, and sometimes the problems just cascade out of class. I try to track myself on my Apple Watch so I get all the calories and rings and all that stuff. I'm like trying to hit my mark. Sometimes I forget to stop the watch. So I did that. I forgot to stop the watch at the end of class. That means I got an extra 15 minutes of rings. Now, that's not real, man. That's not a real ring earning. That's fake. So how do I account for that? I probably will walk less today just to kind of compensate. I do have to get my steps. I have to get exercise, steps. I don't know what the third thing is. Oh, standing. Standing. You got to stand 12 hours a day, at least like for 1 minute every hour. I mean, it's just why? Why am I gamifying my health like this? Because it motivates me. I want to get those rings closed, boy. Yes. I want them closed. Son. I'm going to get closed. Yoga does close a ring. It closes the exercise ring. Not always the heart rate ring, but it gets that like 3/4 of the way there, 1 hour of yoga. Then I get that hooked up the rest of the day. Oh, grasshopper. Why? Why are we naming poses after insects? They're not even really good insects. They're just, I have to be honest, I don't know. Before today, I was sort of Switzerland on the Grasshopper. I had very little pro or con in terms of perspective. I'd heard of it before. I think we've tried. I mean, it might have been like years ago that someone pulled out the Grasshopper pose. I'm like, not even trying. It's just not. It's too advanced, man. It's too advanced. That should be in a Yoga 4 class. Is there such a thing? I was in Core 2. Just have a good day. Oh, yeah. Grasshopper. You know what I used to do with grasshoppers? I'm not proud of this, but it's a fact. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I used to use them as bait when I'd go fishing as a kid. That just brought back some flashbacks, man. Don't do that with grasshoppers. Don't put them on a hook and they're hopping around, but they move around and the fish like that. Let's not go there. All right, problem of the day is a grasshopper. Could it be the motive of the century to lose weight, continue my yoga journey, and ultimately achieve the grasshopper state of nirvana? We shall see. Thank you for the first video episode of Hot Yoga Problems. Gonna give this a shot. Hit it up multiple platforms. Got the podcast, got the YouTube now. Get some shorts out of this action. One step at a time, just playing around, having a good time. Thank you for being here. Until next time, namaste, mofos.